back. I'm gonna make a deck profile, update on the Hieratic Deck list I've been running. You see, I got some card Ds now, so I don't have the Vortex Troopers. This is gonna be version 2 of the one I released very, very early when like the deck first came out in the TCG. Um, we've seen a lot of success. We saw Paul Cooper top 64. Congrats for that, and he took what I was running, the Birdman, to another level, running 2. I've been looking at the Catapult build a lot. I kind of want to run one Catapult Turtle, and why do I want to run that? Is because of the ability to get the Catapult Turtle out. It's also level 5, so I can exceed with it, but to inflict that little bit of burn damage later, because I went to my locals, I topped, and then I lost in top due to I sided out my Royal Decrees game 3, and I should have left him in because he's sided in Light Imprisoning Mirrors, and I was totally screwed. So yeah, also I lost the final countdown, but I managed to top it, won everything else after that, OTK and everybody. Final countdown, I only sided 2 decrees. Don't ever side just 2 decrees. Side 3 decrees, 3 decrees, 3 decrees, and then I would actually side a couple night beams. I see why in Japan they made night beams and play night beams, because you could really destroy that deck. They can't chain, so you just night beam it. They can't chain, and they only run 3 scarecrows. So after the scarecrows are done, they lose. So further do the deck. 3 red eyes, darkest metals. You got to run 3 because it allows you to OTK. We don't have Gustav Max. If you had Gustav Max, you would run 2, of course. But I think I would run 3 anyways, just because I want to be able to drop the Super Robo guy that's 5,000 and can pretty much heavy storm the field at any time. So I want to run 3. I love 3. 3 Civ, 3 Tefnuit, 3 Asset. I run 2 Nebthet, not 3, because he is big, so he getting cloggy. I want to kind of keep the hands kind of nice, because bad hands really do wreck an OTK deck. So I run 2 because you got to be able to pop 3K beaters, because this deck has trouble getting over 3,000 monsters. I mean, I don't really put out 3,000 monsters at all. I have maybe one in my extra deck, but we'll get into that. 2 card Ds. I like 2. I don't really like 3 because, sorry for the glare, I just don't really like certain things. I just want to see 2 of just to see it, but I don't want to like always be wanting it. And it does Veiler bait really well, so I love it. Because if they don't, like, it's pretty much, it forces the Veiler. They have to Veiler it if they have it, and if they don't Veiler it, it's usually not by choice. It's because they don't have Veiler, and then that gives me the knowledge I need to know that, okay, I can open it up and go hard instead of just, playing a little conservative. The 2 Birdmans, I was running 1 already. Don't say I net decked, because if you looked at my other videos, I was running 1 Birdman way back in the day. I bumped it up to 2 because the ability that if you can do the OTK consistently, then you can win every game. So I did up it to 2 because the consistency of the OTK with the Birdman outweighs, just running 1. So I run 2 Effect Veilers. Like I said, certain things I don't run 3 of, just because I don't want to see it all in my hand. Because if I open up with 3 Veilers and like 2 and 3 spells, I pretty much lose, because I can't really keep up. I can slow you down, but you're still summoning monsters faster than me. The one of the Gores, just for defense after the card D. I love it. Won't drop a Gores. Then the 2 normals. So your 2 vanilla dragons, pretty good. No curse. Don't really like curse. Sometimes I wish I had them, but then again, I'm like, another vanilla. I'd be like I'd rather run another Nebthet than than a cursed dragon, to tell you the truth. So, or a Catapult Turtle, which I'm going to test. Avarice, because it is live. Sometimes you get in those games where you can't. Sorry for the shaking camera. I'm doing this on my bed because my desk is all messed up because I have Yu-Gi-Oh cards all over it. So I don't want to clean it up yet. Avarice, pretty much recycled. I run a Dark Hole, and then this is the debate of the card I might take out. This is one of the cards I might take out and put in the side deck, man, because it was more in the way than it was useful. Like, I mean, I played a Chaos Dragon dude, and he opened up, he was playing the Winston build with the Doom Cows made, so he did open, I used it. But really, other than that, I could have walked around this Doom Cow but I knew I had him in the side. I had him beat in the side, so I lost that game. But then I came back and owned him with a couple of side deck Kokimiro Dragos and another side deck tech, which I'm going to just show you it and talk about it, and then I'm not really going to go to my side deck, but show you one card that I think, if you're playing this deck, you should run. The basics. I ran 2 lances instead of 3, because I like to see the lance, but I don't want to get it all up my hand, and I also wanted to make room for traps, which I probably am going to take out traps. 2 pots, because it's good for searching out, but you have this to search out, plus the card Ds, and sometimes I want to special summon, so it's good. It's good for searching out side deck cards. That's why I run it. I didn't really like pots, but it really doesn't mess up, because if you pot duality card D, you're pretty much a good first turn setup. Or usually, I go get pot of duality, and like you have this in your hand, and then you get a card D, so you just totally thin your deck out. So it's pretty nice. Oops, sorry. The rest of the spells, triple MSTs, OTK deck. I might run one Night Beam, because it's so good, and it stops stupid stuff. I can save my MSTs for good stuff, and then stop. Because the Night Beam they can't change, so I can save my MSTs for important cards that like continuous annoying cards. Then I ran 2 Torrentials, which I'll probably take out, because most of the time, if you draw a Torrential early after a card D, it's good. But if you draw it late game, when you swarm the field, really, unless they're dropping super big monsters on you, there's really not much they can do to get over your field. So Torrential is useless. And I ran 1 Starlight Road because everybody seems to have Dark Hole against me. Everybody seems to have Dark Hole against me. It's no matter what I do, Dark Hole first turn. So I ran Starlight Road, and it came in handy. Kind of like it. So I might keep this as my 1 trap. Drop these 2 maybe for enemy controller. People talking about running the enemy controllers. So I'm thinking about doing the enemy controllers, just a tribute or a book or something. I don't know, just something else. Or I can change them out for monsters, which might come in handy. Running a Kokimiro Drago and like a Catapulter or something. So I'm just playing with stuff. No trags, because I just want to blast you. So don't want to drop trags. No BLS, because I don't need other cards that just sit in my hand and be dead. Extra deck, your basic extra deck. The 2 level 5s, the Keepers, Tears Adrius, Beetle, Triple Tomb, Strike Bouncer. Card is very, very good. Played against a Gadget player. Didn't know who he was playing. Went first in this deck. You want an OTK, you need to go second. So I went first. I'm like, what to do? So I just went safety, went to him, and he was just like, it's just set, because he couldn't get over. I could just burn you for 1,000. You summon a gadget, burn you for 1,000, hit over your gadget, hit you for another 1,000. By then you'll be down to 2 turns. You're down, 4,000 life points and stuff. So it's good. Number 25. And why I love this card? Because he is boss against the mirror match, against Chaos Dragons. You want to go in him, because he can stop the little stupid monsters like the Raikos and shit. Like, don't even worry about them unless they set, and then you can just blast them, because you have cards. You have the Nebthet. If you run the Nebthet, you can just blast them. So don't even worry about the Raikos. But he stops, the Red Eyes, and then Red Eyes has to suicide with them. I drop him a lot, because he can run over the Gores, so he stops the token and then runs over the Gores. Unlike Bouncer, just stops the token, but can't really do anything against the Gores. What else did I use him? Oh, people like to drop BLS. I leave them on the field if I know somehow they just have that BLS play in their hand, because even if they can attack with the BLS and they can run him over, I can negate BLS's effect, so they can't attack again. So they have to choose to attack. If they use the other effect, I can just negate it. So I like him for that reason. And he doesn't have to wait till something's activated. That's also, which is good. Like Bouncer has to wait till something's activated. He can just, at any point in a chain, he can just negate, which is cool. 3 Guide Chargers, because the card is OP. Pretty much, you can just drop them all over anything. Like anybody runs, if you run XYZs in there, 6s or 5s, you have to run him, because he can just use up like Volcanosaurus. Like I want to play a build where you use Volcanosaurus. Hopefully we get him in Return of the Duelist, because I would definitely drop one of those out for Volcanosaurus, burn them, and then just drop him over the Volcanosaurus, and then you can attack, because you escape the stupid non-attack rules, which is so cool. That's why you get gets over a tomb. Alright, the tomb can't attack, but I can just get 200 more life point damage in. One Wyvern, I didn't even use it. Rose, I didn't even use it. I just put them in there just in case, because people say you should run one. It's one of those things like, I've never used it. But it's there just in case. And then a dust, because you can make a dust with the Birdman. And then a Void Ogre, because you can make with the Birdman. Kind of the same thing. And the Birdman's a Dark Turn, and he stops. You can go him and sit on him for like annoying decks where they need a spell to get going. So you can use it against the decks that like they just need that one spell to get going. Like sometimes I go into him instead of Stardust and Chaos Dragons, because Chaos Dragons use really so many spells that they keep going. They gotta get the engine going. Like they need that solar recharge to go off, or they need that charge to go off. So sometimes you can just clutch hit the Monster Reborn, like hit a Pot of Avarice, and that could be game breaking. Set a couple, hit that. So I don't know, but he might come out for a Scrap Dragon. Favoring a little Scrap Dragon right now because just Scrap Dragon would have came in handy versus a few decks I was playing, especially Final Countdown, which is the most boring deck to ever play against. Like you just want to scoop it up because it's shit's so boring to play against. So yeah, and then the 3 traps you saw, whatever. Yeah, it's pretty much the deck. I want to talk about the side deck real quick. Sorry, I'm just gonna leave it on the video. Let me get it out higher so you can just see the cards. Sorry for low quality video. My girlfriend took off with the camera, and we have the charger for the other camera in that bag, so she has the charger for the other camera, so I can't even use the other digital camera. So it kind of sucks because she's like gone from home for like 2 months. So it's kind of annoying, but as well as you can see, my side deck, I'm on my bed. My side deck got the 3 Royal Decrees in now because I'm mad. Quaking Mirror Dragos, so boss against Chaos Dragons, 2 boss. Electroviruses, yeah, one Veiler, there it is. Okay, Jinzo's coming in here too. I'm going to put a Jinzo, even with 3 Decrees, I'm going to put Jinzo's in. Ignore these. I was testing the idea like for bad hands, you can just tribute their monster out like their Light Pulsar and then summon one of your like monsters. So I was testing an idea with one of these in the side. I don't know. I rarely sighted it in because like as soon as I sighted it in, like I would sight it right back out. So it's gonna come out. A Soul Taker's coming in there, and then maybe a Jinzo. Vanity's Fiend. Now why do I run side deck Vanity's Fiend? Same thing why some people side deck Jinzo. It's because you got Tefnuits, so you can special summon and you can tribute. You can get him out. He's not a hard card to get out. You can summon a pretty decent monster, sit on it, and then tribute it off later. Yes, they don't get their effects, but because he negates the special summoning. Chaos Dragons, this wrecked. I had Kokimiro Drago on the field, beating him down. He goes, thinks the other one, takes my Kokimiro Drago, tributes it off, removes for Red Eyes, gets a Pulsar, and he had like a Galalis on the field in defense. I go, okay, I have this, a Sue in my hand, and a Pot of Duality. Draw into Pot of Duality. I'm like, what are my outs? Pot of Duality, I get Carcardi, Electric Virus, and a Torrential. And I'm like, Torrential's not good because he has Pulsar. Carcardi's not good because he's going to ransack me next turn if I have no monster on the field. Get the Electric Virus. Take his Red Eyes, Darkest Metal. Take his Red Eyes, Darkest Metal, attack into his Pulsar. He has no targets in the graveyard. Tribute off his Red Eyes, Darkest Metal for Vanity's Fiend. He just looks at me and goes, wow. And then pretty much proceeds to scoop up because he can't get over the Vanity's Fiend. That's why I run Vanity's Fiend against windups. It's good because if you go, if you just get them out, they can't really do anything because the deck has a special summon, so they have to rely on their traps. And usually I side in this and Triple Decree, so their traps are useless, and then they got to find a dark hole. So, and by the time that you get over him, I got the combo pieces in my hand, so I'm just dropping dragon after dragon after dragon on them. So I like it. It's a good card. Like I said, Jinzo's coming in. Also, I tested a Dark Dust Spirit. And that card is pretty good too because Dark Spirit, you get Tefnuit. They got a bunch of a bunch of monsters in the field. You go Dark Dust Spirit, tribute over Tefnuit. Tefnuit's effect activates because it's mandatory, I believe. So it activates Chain Link 1, and then Dark Dust Spirit activates Chain Link 2. So Dark Dust Spirit wipes out the field, and then Tefnuit resolves, and you get the vanilla, and then you can overlay for Photon Strike Bouncer, and then proceed to attack in with 27 with a clear field. So I looked at that. That was a fun. If you're looking for some crazy combo piece card, and yeah, this is pretty much the deck I ran. Did pretty good. Like I said, I made top. This is a pretty good locals. It's Florida, like a little bit outside Orlando, Winter Park. So it's some good quality players. A lot of meta decks. Wasn't playing like I said, I played one final countdown, but the rest and then a gadget. But the rest I was playing all meta, playing insectors, played windups, beat windups, 2-0'd them, insectors, 2-0'd him. 2-0'd him because he went. This is how I 2-0'd him. Sorry, this video's long, but I gotta tell you the story. This shit's funny. He goes in sectors, they can just spam the field. So he has a Spirit Reaper. He went Spirit Reaper. He had like a Leviair, a Dragonfly equipped with the big guy, the guy who's the big guy, whatever, the Gigamantis or whatever, and then 2 Centipedes. And then what he did is he attacked with the Spirit Reaper. I was like, cool, I have Gorse. So he didn't overlay anything else bigger, so I'm like, cool, I'll drop Gorse. Drop Gorse, he removes a Dark Hole out of my hand, which would have helped wiping out his field. But in my hand, I had the Birdman, the Tefnuit, and the Sioux. Guess what happened? I proceeded to swarm the field, and I had a Monster Reborn. Swarm the field with all these dragons, Red Eyes, Birdman, Gaia, and one more dragon. I think I had one more dragon on the field. Can't remember. I had one more dragon on the field. And I just ran into a Spirit Reaper for game. Everything just attacked into a Spirit Reaper for game. Never leave a Spirit Reaper face up when you're playing dragons. I'll tell you that right now, because you can't drop your Gores and we'll just attack into your Reaper over and over and over and over and over and over. In the next game, I proceeded to go Birdman into Gaia, full red attack, Red Eyes, and the Stardust over his field, and he just looks at his hand and goes, he had 2 Hornets in his hands and couldn't do anything. So anyways, this is deck profile. I'm gonna post this up right now. Sorry for the long video. You can skip most of the end part of it because it's just me talking. So I'll put something at in the description saying you could have just skipped this. All right, y'all. Peace.